I was always looking for a good carrot cake
until I tried this recipe. Oh my goodness, it's absolutely my favorite. It's extremely moist, it's full of flavor and delicious. You can easily cut into it. It looks beautiful and it's so easy to make. I will show you how to do that step by step. You can even do it with your kids and you don't have to shred your carrots. How easy is that? First, take about 6 carrots, it's about 300 grams, and you're gonna put them in the blender. And then you're gonna add 1 apple. That will add some juiciness and sweetness. About 1 cup of oil, tablespoon of vanilla extract, 4 eggs, and you're putting all of that in a blender. So it's very easy to mix all ingredients. So those are all your wet ingredients and you blend them well. While you're blending, mix your dry ingredients. First, add 2 cups of flour, 2 teaspoons of baking powder, half a teaspoon of salt, 2 teaspoons of cinnamon powder just to add that flavor. You can add some cloves too, 2 teaspoons of baking soda, and then you add your wet ingredients too and you start mixing them. At this point, I had my son helping me because it's quite fun and they love preparing cakes for some reason. It's a family activity and the color is really bright and yellow. And of course, at this point, my son recommended to add milk, which we don't need, but I realized I've completely forgot to add 1.5 cups of sugar. You can add more sugar, but quite frankly, with an apple, I think it's more than enough. And then you mix it really well, and you should have also toasted some nuts. And we used walnuts, but you can use any other nuts you like. Roasted them at 350 Fahrenheit for about 5-10 minutes. In total, roast 1.5 cups. Use 1 cup for the dough and 1/2 cup for decorations. You're gonna take whatever cooking for half, and then you're gonna spray with some oil, add a little bit, of course, my son had to participate and add a bit of flour as well, and then you're gonna pour your batter. We will bake it 350 Fahrenheit or 180 Celsius for about anywhere between 40 minutes to an hour, depending how big your form is. I had quite a tall form. It took me exactly an hour. Meanwhile, let's prepare some cream. First, you're gonna mix 250 grams of cream cheese, and then you're gonna add in batches about 1 cup of icing sugar. Add it slowly so it doesn't go everywhere. And then I add about 80 mils of whipped cream. You don't have to add it, but if you want to add a bit of softer touch to your cream, that's great. And then end it off with about 150 grams of butter. That will thicken your cream to make sure it lasts longer and it's not going to just drip everywhere. I also add lemon juice, and you can add about a few tablespoons. You can check the cake by dipping some toothpick or any wooden stick. If it doesn't have anything coming out of it, that means it's ready. So once your cake is ready, you're gonna let it cool until room temperature. Cut through it in 2 parts. Add your cream on the first layer, spread it nicely, and then cover on top with the second layer. And if it broke off a little bit, don't worry about it because you won't see it. And then you're gonna put cream on top and top it out with your nuts some more and decorate whichever way you like. You don't have to bake it in this form. You can literally use any form you have at home and it will work just fine. And you can see I had a very thick cake and it baked just beautifully. It's super delicate, super moist, and absolutely delicious. Give it a try, and my son actually absolutely devoured this cake. It will definitely be one of the go-to recipes when we're craving something yummy and don't want to put much effort into the cake. You can keep the cake in the fridge, but I can guarantee you it will not last long. We were pretty much done with ours in 1 day. Enjoy and follow us for more. Ciao!